Hey guys, Level here. Today we've got CS2 tips, episode 2, week 2, whatever you want to call it. Still don't really have a title yet. I think that title's a little generic, but I mean, that's what the video is about. So, we got a couple maps here, a couple tips. We're on fucking, my bad, shouldn't curse in the first 10 seconds of the video. That's really we're gonna have to cut that out. Alright, so, I feel like this map is not played very much and people avoid it. But basically you're going to come up to this door, you're going to get stuck in this corner. There's only one corner to get stuck in, even though it looks like there's more. There's a little orange dot here on the wall, and there's this thing that sticks out. So what you want to do is you want to put your crosshair like right in the center of the thing that sticks out, and you're going to jump through. And this is my E-box smoke. That's my lineup, and what I like about it is the CT can come out and peek you and then kill you and then run away. Now, what I like about this is what I like about this is it's very easy to be like to just like come out and like peeky box, you know what I mean? Like I don't have to worry about like both sides of the smoke. And obviously like this guy I'm sure there's a better smoke for him, but he has to do this, which is like gray screen, and then he's like kind of committed. You know what I mean? Like it looks like he can get away, but he's like very committed to the fight. I feel like if you have multiple people coming out water, he's probably gonna die. Now, if you pair that with the other player, so like let's say you have a teammate that's throwing an E-box smoke, and it either looks like mine or it doesn't. Maybe it fills in the right side. Wow, I put a nade there. Okay, so it either looks like mine or it just looks like this. All right. So that kind of sticks out on the right. The smoke bleeds. Sometimes it fills it completely. I feel like you're gonna get a lot of success in solo queue if you like come this way and you just throw a flash like this, because it doesn't blind you. It blinds everybody coming out of the window and dropping water. And does it blind this guy? No, but I'm sure you could find a lineup that also blinds this guy. That's interesting. So yeah, let's say you have a smoke, you don't have a smoke, doesn't matter. Throw this flash, cross on the bridge, listen for the drop, come over here, throw a molly. Then you can work this way. You can either sit here as an A lurk while your team goes mid or B. You can be the A entry with that. You can, with the E-box smoke, walk up in water. Hopefully you have someone with you. If not, you're just going to have to gamble that the E-box player doesn't push you or peek you, you know. You'll kind of be able to tell that based on how the game is going and what level you are. Usually people are peeking E-box, and then you just have to worry about the window and the right side of the window. When you come in E-box, if you still have your molly, you do a deep molly, and then you can slowly come in and kill pizza. That will be cornered off, so you can just focus on sight. If you don't have a molly, you just throw a flashbang, then look, kill that guy, kill this guy. Be careful about coming here, because there could be a guy on this box, on that wall, and temple, or anywhere in between. And then you could, like, when you peek this, like a guy over here could randomly swing you. It's kind of hard. You're in E-box, you have a molly. I learned something. Let's try to find it. So it looks like there's like these cables up here that are kind of botched up. I mean, on my graphics, I can't really tell, but when I watch like other people with nice computers, they can see that very clearly from the corner. So there's 1 bump, 2 bump, 3 bump, and you jump throw. That molly's backside, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna show you my B smoke. So this is just like a really trash B smoke that I think is easy to remember. So it's the first corner up the staircase from spawn, right? Come into the corner, you get stuck. And right here in this broken building thing, there's like a corner here with a dark shadow and a light shadow. And it's like the deepest one, right? This is the first one. Well, that's the deepest one, but that's all shadow, right? So there's this kind of corner and there's this corner. It's the top corner here, and you just jump through. It's not like pixel perfect or anything. I just throw it, and it's pretty terrible if the CTs are retaking. If you're late out of spawn and the CTs are retaking, I wouldn't throw the smoke. Also, it's kind of useless. You're looking at it now and you're like, oh, there's a gap, right? But, I mean, kind of there's a gap. You know what I mean? But he can't really, he can see here. If he's shooting here, then you just shoot back, right? Like, you're asking him to commit to a fight, and you'll have an AK, and he'll be dead. And honestly, by this point, you don't really care about the long-range fight, I think. You could just smoke it off, right? But you don't really care about this long-range fight because you're doing this with Mac 10s or Tech 9s, and if it was a rifle round, you would have somebody posted on this back wall here after the CT smoke fades. So he should be kind of pretty wary of this angle. Now, why I like this smoke? Is it coming? Why I like this smoke is it kind of screws over this guy a little bit because, I mean, he can fight, but he can't fight on like a deeper angle or like cold pizza also. So he only has one use, and it's to fight the gate. If he doesn't fight the gate, he has to sit like this, and this is just going to get him killed. And then when they are backside, anyone backside can't fight pizza. So yes, you could smoke temple, right? But then that allows people to fight pizza. Yes, you could smoke CT, but you're gonna, like, if you smoke CT, you can take pizza and then you wrap sight like this, and then, you know, the E-box rifle player kills you, and I don't know. I feel like on the push, it gives you like a little bit more space. It's like this it's just like what even is this smoke? How do the CTs respond to it? And there's gonna be a smoke like this later in the video where it's gonna be like, how do the CTs respond to this, right? So the other part of that is the smoke covers this angle, which is a really, really strong angle for the CT playing one of the strongest off angles on the map, if not the strongest off angle on the map. You're hidden on, you can hold pizza, right? You're smoked off. You can hold this gap, right? You can go on that guy and you're smoked on this gap. So if you want to fight someone wrapping left side, you have to commit on the pillar, right? Which means your leg is exposed to B main, which means you're fighting these guys and you're on, like, I know where you're going to be standing, basically, right? Like, when I come around on this smoke and I have a Glock or a Tech 9 or a Mac 10, I know you're right here. I know. We'll throw the smoke, right? Also, when you're coming in, so there's all sorts of lineups for flashes here. What I thought was interesting is you can actually flash above the roof, which I see a lot less people do. I don't have a lineup, but let's make one. So, like, flashing up there is very interesting to me. So we'll do that. It's just the bottom of the middle black, and we'll see how that goes with my smoke, right? So my smoke lands right here. It's going to be hard to do both. I don't know. Okay. So the smoke lands here. Man, this is going to be hard to, like, showcase both, but... So, oh, that's a pretty good flash. Maybe not. People play here. That guy's blind. This guy's full blind. This guy's full blind. Pretty good blind. So, I think instead of flashing through these windows, right? And there's all types of, like, you know, like, usually I just do this one, right? And, like, that's fine, you know? But, like, if my teammate's coming in and I fuck up the timing, he's just gonna cry. Actually, I think it's designed to not do that, or I was incredibly lucky. Oh, I guess it's designed to do that. I didn't know that. I didn't know that it blinds, it pops behind the pillar. So I guess I didn't realize how good that flash was, but I actually don't think that flash is very good, right? It doesn't blind this guy. This guy can just hide behind the pillar. This guy has a wall over here, right? If he plays on the back wall. So that flash doesn't really blind a lot of people. It only cuts audio for the guy close pillar, and I don't know, like it's not a very useful flash. So I think flashing above this window up here is a lot less common, and that lineup was super easy. I literally just made it right now. Right, it's just a jump throw on the black. This guy's not blind, but... Oh, even this guy's blind. Okay. This guy's not blind. He shouldn't be blind. Alright, so someone playing on the pillar here on left side is going to be hit by that. That's it's pretty impressive. So, right, my smoke. Let's go throw it again. We're basically done with this smoke and maybe this map soon. Actually, no, there's a couple more things. Alright, we'll try the bottom. See, I usually go deep corner. But maybe I go on the left, or maybe I go bottom. We'll try left side of that triangle shadow. That's kind of how it lands. I mean, there's just this gap here, which is also nice. Usually, like, I'm just skipping past this, to be quite honest with you. Also, it works paired with this smoke. So, now it's smoked off, right? Someone's usually smoking that off of this, so they can walk into sight. All right, you don't have to be the guy that throws that. So, whatever. I'll try to... You get the idea, right? You don't need the specific lineup. You can go tweak it yourself. So, sometimes, like, if I throw it this one and it lands on the first step, right? Like, maybe we have an op, and I want the op to look temple, right? And then basically he only has to look in the window of the smoke, and it's like a free-ass kill. So... Yeah, so usually the deep corner, I mean, this is third step. That actually looks wrong, but it's the same. Okay, that's fine. So, right, this is smoked off. I know you're standing here. I can just come around and pre-fire you, right? I can come through the smoke like this while you're here, right? I can come, you're going to be expecting me to go this way. I'll come through the smoke. I'll kill you with a Tech 9 or Mag 10. I think it adds an element of chaos, and it kind of, it's like a shitty smoke that like forces people to do the wrong action. And then paired with that flash, not so bad, right? So usually you have a teammate throwing that smoke. It's usually the only smoke they know. Maybe on the map, but yeah, I think it's good. So heaven smoke, you come up to the rugs, and there's these three kind of, I don't know what they're called, little Doug trios, right? You go to the third one, you aim at the top. Jump throw. Should land heaven. Yeah. Careful, sometimes there's a gap here, but like it seems like that land was pretty consistent. What you're going to want to do in a lot of your rounds also is if you're the fourth or fifth guy in and you're holding for the water flank, there's this building here. There's a dark wall that comes down. So there's a line on the left and a line on the right. If you run through, I kind of just aim like, I want to be not exposed to water. Molly's not that bad. I mean, it's going to land here. Maybe you do it a little bit on the lighter part. So I always thought, I always throw it on the dark line, like left dark line, right dark line, and it usually hits, but maybe we could just throw it at the light part. I feel like that's just going a little far, but it is burning the off angle on sight and camera at the same time, so kind of a multi-purpose molly. That's pretty sick, bro. That's pretty sick. Okay. So like normally, if I'm the second mid player, or if I know that the enemy team likes to peek mid, I'll throw this flash. I go up here, and I just left click up there for my teammate, and anybody swinging top mid is blind, right? And you just time it with your teammate's peek, and I think it's fine. But some people are throwing this one, which you need to like really know what your teammates are doing. Is it a middle click? How are they doing this shit? I don't know if you need to be in the corner.
I'm throwing a flashbang.
So your teammate needs to be like, you'd be like, oh, I'm gonna flash in front of you. I don't know, how would I calm this? I would say in front of you on the small stone or on the small brick, right? I don't know. I'm gonna flash snipers for you. And then your teammate will stand here, and he should, honestly, this is a pretty easy one to learn how to like flash for your teammates, because most people are not already peeking before the flash goes off. Like most people are going to wait for the flash. So if you throw the flash and then he peeks out, should be able to stop any kind of MAC-10 rush. Not that you should be peeking on the MAC-10 rush, because there could be a scout or a deagle here, but like if they're rushing, you want to molly this. But if you think they're in middle, one or two guys lurking up, I mean, now you can't even hear that or see that coming. You can't even see it pop. That's incredible. There's no way you react to that, so they're just full dead. So if you have a teammate here... That was way too fast, okay. Bang, they're dead, right? Now, you could try it here. If he peeks from the door side, now it's behind him. Right, now it's behind him, so he can just peek. The other one... he's safe in the house, so he's fine. You can just throw that. It's just a safe one. And then this one, if he peeks on the back wall, he gets like semi-blinded, which can be kind of annoying, especially if you're like opping. Like that's really annoying. Also, he loses audio, which is not cool. I feel like if you do this one, I feel like maybe you don't even lose audio. Let's try it again. So it's in this corner, and there's a deep black line, and you just aim at the black line, and you... Okay, here's how we're gonna do it. Because instead of going to the corner, there's these two bricks, right? You're gonna go on the black line, but you're gonna go in the center of that furthermost brick. And you're just gonna left click release. Be very careful about how you're holding your mouse, because if you move it, it's an easy lineup, but if you move your mouse just slightly when you're doing the flash, you're gonna fuck it up and blind your teammate. Okay, so if I stand here, do I lose audio? I do actually lose a lot of audio, but it doesn't matter. So yeah, those are two flashes, and then we're gonna throw a nade. Okay, so this is actually a material that is like slanted. So if you run up and throw a nade at it, the lower the better. Seems like you can't get it to go much further, but I'm trying to think like how good this is. Oh, actually 21 damage here on the bridge is pretty good. And anybody that's standing on that nade is going to take upwards of 50 damage. Wow, okay, so that's a pretty good nade. I mean, 20 damage is no joke. Especially if he's fighting the E-box guy, or if you're going to drop down with an SMG. It's pretty nice. So you're just gonna nade off the orange window, and that's all I have for Anubis. So
Let's
on
go.
cash, I'm actually, like, in my opinion, like a pretty decent player at cash. I'm not like the biggest fan of this iteration, but for the most part, I have had a pretty successful win rate against very high elo, like 30k, 25k, whatever. But I'm kind of struggling against the more scrappy, like 21 to 25k players. Like if it's a high elo game, then I just feel very comfortable because I feel like the macro overall is good and people's individual decisions are good, but I keep playing 5 stacks that are, all my level or better. And I keep getting teammates that are just really bad on the T side. I mean, I need to figure out how to create individual consistency on the T side so that I don't have to rely on my teammates to make good decisions. If I have a good team, then obviously I feel like I'm going to win. But if I have a bad team, it's just too hard. Now, I don't have any T-side tips, but I have 2 CT-sided smokes. Okay, so I have 2 CT-sided smokes. One of them is a early round A main rush smoke, where you aim at the top of that building, and I missed it. I guess if you miss it, it's just a normal A main smoke. So let's try again.
Throwing smoke.
I missed again. Maybe it's that building.
Smoke.
Okay, so it's this building up here, not the main building. It's like this little ladder. I don't even know what that is. It's the top of a staircase or something. So we'll throw it again.
Smoke.
And this smoke lands deep in A main. And it allows you to kind of walk out towards lockers, and you can get up here if you want and kind of catch somebody by surprise. Maybe they're not expecting it. Don't do this with an A1S because your gun's going to stick out. I'm almost sure of it. This is pretty nice for like an MP9 5.7 kind of play, where if you think someone's going to walk up on the wall, then you can kill them. Now, from the T's perspective, oh, what is this smoke? Oh, there's kind of a gap over there. Are they going to boost in the back of the smoke? I don't know. And then you're looking for that timing right there. Are they going to boost? What about lockers, right? Maybe they go lockers, right? Maybe, I mean, to be honest, a lot of people just ignore the thought of a boost or the thought of a guy close, right? So you're kind of looking for him to be like curious about the edge of the smoke, and then you kill him. The other part of that is instead of going lockers, which is a bit more obvious, you could obviously not play an A main, or you could go into the right side of the smoke and play anti-flash. And if you have a 5.7, this is really good. So just be careful for someone above you. And you're going to play right here. Maybe you strafe out a little bit, maybe you hold. I don't really know what holding looks like. I assume they can see you if they clear on the back wall first. I just assume. It just kind of seems that way. So just do a little strafing like this, a little side clear. And then with a 5.7, honestly, this should all be headshot range. And then you just back up after you get a kill. The other one, so like I said, I was struggling with, some terrible solo queue teammates. It's just very hard to play with them. There's no like correct play or mentality or IGLing that can really save you. That game's just lost. So there's a lineup you can do over here, and I didn't quite understand it. I think it's like here, maybe. I think it's like this one, maybe. Right here on this brick. Then you crouch, and you go up along the back wall. And keep in mind you can be headshot, by the way.
Laying down smoke.
And let's see what that looks like. So I did the lineup wrong for sure. But see how that was like kind of annoying? Like I don't really like lineups like that where you have to like look at something and then crouch. See, like my A main molly from the last video, it's really easy, right? You're standing, it's yellow and white, and then you just do this in the smoke, and it takes 2 seconds. This one, you're crouching down here, but then you have to hold your crouch key, and then you have to peek into this angle, which means you're dead to somebody in pit, and you're dead to somebody on that box. So I think that's kind of whack. Now, I would stay like, I don't know. Personally, I would throw like a flash or something here, just to get out to this corner. Hopefully they're not holding you. Like, if they're pushing the site, I don't think you should do this because they could be on that box, which means you're probably going to die. But if it's a retake scenario, there's a much lower chance that someone's on this box holding heaven. And I feel like what you want to do is crouch. See all this sunlight? Basically, we're going to aim right here on the sunlight. And we're going to crouch in the corner. We're going to middle click right there. Or not in the corner, but like this is the corner right here. We're going to aim a little bit to the right. I feel like if you just middle click like right here, maybe use the center of that yellow beam as like a reference.
Throwing smoke.
Now there's a retake smoke that you're going to use to peek headshot, right? This player is going to clear the close angle and then run in. Now there is like a little bit of a gap, but it's still better than nothing. This player is going to check this really quick and then run in and fight with you. I just hit my fucking mouse on my phone. And this B main player, well, he's cooked, right? He's cooked, but at least if you're heaven and B main, if there's somebody here, the B main player can't be shot, right? I mean, he could be shot from tree room or somewhere else. It's not like super good. If you're coming in checkers from B main, now the guy headshot is smoked off. So you don't get shot from headshot, so you can just peek back sight, right? And then, you know, I mean, it's something. I feel like I don't know if I cut myself off, but what I was saying was I was struggling on the T side with the random players, and I was also struggling with retaking B because, and I can retake B myself, right? Because I know the mollies, I know the flashes, I know the wall bangs, and I just feel like a little bit of coordination or a little bit of help for like my randoms peeking angles like this, right? Is it's something, I guess. I mean, wasn't the best tip. I'm gonna give that tip like a C- or something, but maybe it'll win you around, bro. Who knows? So on Mirage, I wanted to talk about playing in window. Now, obviously, it's gonna depend on your spawn. Like, this is the best spawn. So, like, what would I do with this spawn? I would either op, or maybe I would go for the window jump, or maybe I'd drop underpass so I don't get seen. And the other spawns, you're just going to learn how to play them over time. So, what matters the most is, do the T side smoke Mirage window? The answer is probably yes. Which Mirage window smoke do they throw? Is there a guy that peeks before the smoke blooms? Do they throw flashes? How many of them swing top mid? Are they playing mid in most of their rounds? Now, if I know that like 1 to 2 guys swing out, or if I know there's one guy that swings before the smoke blooms, and I'm not opping because I'm broke or I'm just not opping. Today I killed a 27k player who has been red the whole season, and the way I killed him, not the whole season, every season. So the way I killed him was the whole half, right? The whole half, I realized that they were late to get out mid, which is kind of how the map is supposed to be played. The T's should come out a little bit later because the CTs should be throwing flashes and team fighting middle, right? And then obviously they're waiting for the smokes to bloom. They were playing super slow in middle, and these guys were all 22k plus, right? They had a red rank. They had two or three red players and a really good pink player who I've played with a bunch of times. So, in my opinion, basically 4 red players. And I actually dropped underpass basically every round because they weren't going underpass. And I was so confused because they were a 5 stack and they're high elo and they weren't going underpass at all. So I was able to just, flank the middle. They were usually playing like 2 guys top mid lurk, and then like mid round they would like come back mid. Like it was really weird. So obviously like I'm hiding in this corner on timings, to try to kill somebody clearing late, because like they should have known I was in lower. But I think they just played the game like really bad. So I like to drop down in middle from window. I like to jump up here and like kill people. And there was one round I dropped down. I threw this smoke. I came here and I took this fight against 2 players and I lost. I hit the guy for like 80 or 90. I don't really like that play, but it was something I used to do, so I tried to do it again because someone on YouTube brought it up again that like this is a viable thing. I just don't really think it's that good. I think it's really overcommittal and kind of dog shit. I'll keep trying it just to let people know if like my thought changes in your game, in like a 15k game. That's probably gonna work. I don't know what weapon I would push this with, but like it'll probably work. So anyways, I destroyed them the entire half. I was getting like 2 kills around, like just playing an underpass and peeking with my cat teammate, and I would rotate to A really quickly and then stop the A push. I played honestly a really good CT side. But one of the rounds, this is something I always wanted to do. Obviously you can hit the window jump. I don't really do that just because I think it's like unnecessary, but it's very useful. So one of the rounds, I just had like a weird feeling that this guy was gonna solo run out. Because I was just reading the way they were playing mid, and I knew he was like, he's 27k, like he should be better than me, right? Now that's like a terrible way to think about it, like if you want to win and become a better player. So what I was doing to make it seem like that guy wasn't a better player, I was like, okay, he's 27k, I'm gonna have full confidence here, I'm just gonna fucking outduel him. So I ran out the window, right? I ran out the window and I just instantly dropped right here. And I did that. It's hard to do. Like, one, I'm in a practice server, so I'm not really like trying to do anything. But like something like this, and he'll just run out on the across your screen. And honestly, like, practice that a couple times. Try it. You know what I mean. I'm in a practice server, so I can't really like hit the keys on my fucking keyboard like perfectly, but so it just looks weird. It looks like trash. But like in a live game, you'll be able to fluidly just jump out the window and land here. So this guy, maybe he'll look con, maybe he'll look bottom con, whatever. Most people just peek out window like this, and then he'll see me jumping out, and he'll be like, okay, is he dropping underpass? Is he making the window jump? So with the trajectory of me going down and probably getting shot at, you'd think I'd land bottom mid. So he'll come this way. He'll go right? And in this split moment right here, well, where he's going from crosshair to window to crosshair to bottom mid, you're landing on this little object. And when he's landing on the object, right, you kill him. He's dead. Because you landed and he's like, oh shit, he's not bottom mid. I have to pick my crosshair back up and do this. Then you kill him and you go underpass. Or you kill him, go underpass, throw a smoke, go con. Because the second guy coming will be too late to really do anything about it. I'll go download the demo and show you the round from his perspective. That was really my only tip for Mirage. This time, it was really just this one little window thing that I thought was cool. But like, you should be, if you're uncomfortable playing in the window, then you should try to drop underpass and take underpass space. And you can hide like this. Make sure your feet are on the stone here. Don't let them go over like this, because then I think they can see you. So just do it on the stone. You can hide on this side also, but it's not very good, so you're gonna have to commit to a bad fight at some point if they're there. A lot of people go like this. I don't do that anymore. I just come up along the wall, and then when I get to this point, I usually speed peek, because I think shift peeking here is really bad, because anybody up there kills you even if you like clear it. Like if you're doing this, you're dead, because the guy over there you're just dead. So I always full clear the top of the stairs, ignore anything there. If I go like this, then I react to something up there. So if you're pushing, you can speed up there. Even if they're rushing B, just speed up. Just run up the staircase and take a fight. Kill the guy with the smoke grenade here, because he'll be like, he's staring up here. He'll hear the step, right? He'll try to get the smoke off. He'll take out his gun and he'll go like this. And by that time, you're already here and and he's dead. I mean, there's no way he reacts to a full speed player. It just doesn't happen. So as you can see, I have like not the best spawn, and I thought honestly, like, let's think about it. I think the seal guy is the 27k. He's opping. So if I know they have an op, instead of playing on the pre-aim and window, I can jump out into that angle I was talking about. Maybe I get legged and I kill him, and then I can escape, right? And I think the person I kill is actually John here, because he peeks before the sun. So look, they're going 3 mid. We can watch this from John's perspective. 3 mid. Do they have no window smoke? No window smoke. He sees me jump. He's taking a fight with me. He full commits to the spray. I mean, this guy's 25k. Maybe that's... Okay, I mean... he's 24.5 now, former 25k. Okay, they had two 16ks, but I think... Alright, well, you know why they lost. Maybe I was overrating the fucking game, but... You know how many games I play, man? It's, like, really hard to keep track. So... The Opera was actually fortunately posted on Con. But usually the Ts are going to be slower here because they're going to be waiting for the window smoke. There was no window smoke. Maybe it's not the best play, but I felt really good about it. That was the play I wanted to make. And I did it with like a shitty spawn. So he full commits to the spray here. And got shit on, in my opinion. Like,
Throwing flashbang.
That's just, you know, it's just a round of Counter-Strike, okay? We're just playing the game. Like, sometimes you have to play the game to have fun. I thought it would be fun to jump out window onto this off angle and kill somebody. I immediately go underpass so I don't get traded. We'll see how I play underpass. Throw a nade just in case there was a quick guy jumping down the staircase to go for the trade kill. Didn't hear anything. Kind of just wait, playing on timing. I do know that they have been having a B lurker. More specifically, this crafter guy. I know that he likes to lurk on Mirage. But... And then... I did like a soft peek there. It wasn't really anything pretty, but... generally I would go faster. I was trying to stay quiet in the event that there was a B-apps lurk, which I just contradicted myself.
Throwing a grenade. Deploying flashbang.
So, information like this, though, right? Like, notice when you're making loud noises, because the reason I come back mid is because my teammate is top mid right now. For some reason, my A player shifted. We struggled on A side at some point. So like now we have a stairs guy, right? And we have nobody like over here, which I think is personally pretty bad. So what I was doing was I was like, oh, my team's top mid. I'm going to come back to him. Maybe we double clear this way. Maybe I go catwalk and go apps to help my B player who's alone. And what I was doing here is I'm becoming the option where it's like, okay, I soft cleared apps. I didn't hear anything. I didn't see anything in my limited vision. I have a B apps player here, so it's probably clear, but there are gaps. Now, I made noise in underpass, which actually sometimes is intentional, because if there's a guy there, I want to make noise to drag him out of position. So he's like, oh my god, they just rotated off B. Maybe the lurker goes into my teammate, right? Maybe he comes back or he stays where he is and he calls the team in B, like what I assume is going to happen here, right? So I honestly like intentionally made noise. And then now I'm in middle while this guy's top mid. So this top mid guy can hold top mid, and then I can choose to go catwalk to help the B push in the event that they fell for the bait, this like the sound bait that I made. Or I can go to A because this guy, honestly, like I don't know why he's top mid, but I mean, I'm going to utilize the fact that he's top mid so I can go support my stairs player on A. Whether that's with my flashbang that I should still have. I don't have a flashbang. No, I must have a flashbang. I think it's glitched. I must have a flashbang. I already threw a grenade, but it's saying I have a grenade. I don't know. So anyways, I'm going to make a decision here, right? I was like, okay, my teammate is top mid. I have to make a decision. So let's see how the teams play it. Where did that flash come from? I don't know where that flash came from.
Throwing smoke. Incendiary out.
I think he said there was one bottom TV, so he smoked it off. And I mollied behind his smoke just in case the guy was down here or whatever. And I didn't want them to push through the smoke or anything. I don't know. Maybe it's a waste of a molly. And then I just go B because I know that I made that sound. And maybe my teammate saw something.
Smoke.
So he said one apps here. This was the call he made. He said one apps because the smoke came down. So I'm like, okay, there was a B lurker. I already thought there was a B lurker. I made the noise in underpass to bait the B lurker out. Now I'm gonna hold lower tons. I decided not to hold lower tons, even though I think that's a good play. I think holding lower is a good play here because I have my teammate top mid and I can support him in this fashion. But honestly, my teammate could just sit on this box or like go in this corner, push the smoke or something. And I'm also kind of worried about losing the B site in general. So with the amount of time on the clock, I would rather play catwalk for the site to stop an apps push and hold con than only hold underpass, even if it fucks my top mid teammate. He's not really exposed to lower tons, so I just thought this was a better play. Even if I know there's one lower. Like, I basically 100% know that there's a guy lower here, and I'm just choosing to play on the smoke. And I heard him run out, and I called it out to my teammate. Did I? Did he run? Okay, so that's just some shitty smoke. He didn't even, like, aim. I wish I knew that. I wish my teammate said it was a bad smoke. So I called underpass, and my teammate, I think perhaps my teammate died here because he was upset that I didn't hold underpass. I probably said careful underpass is probably what I said. And he just ran down and peeked it, which is like fine, but also like keep in mind he was already in a good position. He was top mid, he could have played it from here and held it. I could have held con. He could have hid on the box and just kept looking this way like he already was. I don't think there's anything wrong with him just sitting right here Now, maybe I could have played it better, but let's say I play up on the fence and he dies over here to these guys, and then they come out top mid, and then this underpass guy pre-aims me, which is totally possible. He could pre-aim me on top of the fence, and then the 4v2 became a 3v2, right? Sorry, no. The 4v3 became a 2v3 in the enemy team's favor. So I'm thinking about all of this as the round is going on. So that's kind of why I'm playing for the bomb site. I do a little wallbang spam just to see if it's B or not, and then I'm pretty much just going to play for con here.
Throwing fire.
I'm looking for the underpass guy on the bench. He went quiet in bottom mid, which is kind of telling for me. What does it tell me? I'm not sure, but it tells me he's not in window, and it tells me he's not con. So if he's not in window, then I can go to window, and if I'm going to window or going to A, that allows my teammate on A to get more, take more action, right? I already have a B anchor. He exhausted his utility. They could have been in that smoke, but I feel like they would have came out already. And now he's towards bench or backside, and he shouldn't die. And anyways, I'm in market, right? So if they do come B, I just turn around. I'm kind of worried about this A player who is like jungle, and if I come here in CT and play like this area, that means he can go this way. Like he can shift towards middle and take a fight or look for info, right? Because this player's passive, I'm in market, so I can't really do anything. And the only player that can actually like actively look for info would probably be the A player, because we can just play retake off of whatever info he finds. So I just walk CT because my read was it's probably not B. There was an underpass guy. He might go back underpass. He might go this way. The other two players were missing, so they're probably outside A, which means there could be an A lurk, which means I have to go find the A lurk. So I'm just slowly retaking CT. Right, slowly retaking C. Clear firebox, clear default, clear palace walkout, do a shitty clear of A main and sandwich. Now I'm holding stairs. Now I'm just kind of chilling. Gonna hold this angle, which is kind of bad if they walk out palace. Peeking A main. I'm like, okay, there's 10 seconds on the round. Nothing A, right? And they totally could have been A. They totally could have been B, but they just decided to save up, right? And I think I made a lot of good decisions this round. That were, if they did go for the round, or if they did play a faster pace round, if they went fast B, I was in position. If they went slow A, I was in position. I made the call out for my teammate. Like, the only thing I feel like I could have done better was probably not let my mid player die. But at the end of the day, it was his choice to go peek underpass. He could have stayed top mid, and like I said, if I played on the railing, he could have died top mid anyways. But I think playing on the little windowsill, we'll go one more time.
Move it, son. Throwing fire. Grenade.
Look, see, like, it wasn't that bad, and I'm basically ready to shoot instantly. And I honestly don't think I'm going to get headshot. Now, I do think I should have gotten traded by an op this round in specific. Maybe I could crouch under the op shot while I'm killing this guy and still escape. But long range spray. He got out long range sprayed and then instantly leave. I think it's a viable Mirage round, okay? Like, sometimes you have to play the game. You know what I mean? Okay, so we got 3 more maps for today. We've got Ancient, Nuke, and Dust 2. Some small stuff. So I think... Oh, So my mirage. Sorry, this is ancient. My ancient smoke was I come up here, put half my screen stone, half my screen water, and then I would aim at these leaves up here, and I would W jump throw. Now the problem with that is it lands too deep. Because it lands too deep, someone can stand in front of it. So I would always get punished by an opper standing here because, well, there's space to stand. Sometimes, like it's like bad rifle players, it would be like, oh my god, they missed their smoke. Let me stand in front of it, and then you'd just get a free kill. So now I like actually learned like the proper red room smoke. There's instas, but I don't really care about that. You stand in the middle of the stone, and you have two options. You can either aim here in the center of these two stones, or you can aim on the black line above that stone. So it's just a jump throw. I think this one with the black line is slightly better, and that's really nice just for consistency, right? Now my smoke doesn't have like a weakness, so that's really cool. The other weakness I had was going A, I could only smoke CT from here, so I'd aim at the top of this leaf, and then I would jump throw. And I really like this smoke a lot. It's won me a bunch of rounds. Pretty simple. Sometimes there's another CT smoke that lands like back here or over here, and I think it's really good. This is that donut smoke. Oh, okay. So this smoke is for when you're taking middle. It just cuts off that right side angle, and you're allowed to come in here and wrap around, and usually you're gonna do that and go red room, or you can come here and molly and then clear, and then you basically have donut. Guy could stand here, so just be careful. You can shoot that. So that smoke again is on the corner of this. Is it at the top of the big square? Oh, it looks like it's top of the big square. Yeah, top of this big square right here. Really stupid smoke lineup, but I mean, I guess it's kind of useful. So I knew how to smoke CT, like a couple different ways. I really only use that one because I'll design some mid A split. So like I think smoky CT is super useful. You're gonna see like smokes that land like here. I think are honestly significantly better than the one that lands in the corner, but that's just my opinion. So the weakness is I would be able to get out, right? And the way I would get out is I would throw this flash here to blind anybody looking in this area and close and maybe on the boost, right? And then someone should probably throw a molly at this box. Because if you molly this box, it mollies that corner and the back of this box. So if you can force this guy out of position, you can see him. And that guy's burning. So the weakness is we would do all that, and then we would plant the bomb with the CT smoke, either here or there, whatever. And there would always be these fucking donut guys, bro. And like, if you don't, like, the problem is like people run this way, and they die to CT, back box, temple, whatever, and the donut guy, right? So when you path in, like say you don't have a CT smoke and there's an opper, you should always path in to the right side so you can evade the opper, right? And then you double swing donut, right? You double swing donut and it's fine. Now, the counter to this is just learn a fucking donut smoke, bro. So stand on this stone, and then right here on the far left side of this, I believe it's called lattice, the second one up, if you jump throw, it should land donut. My guess is this is going to miss slightly. Nope, perfect on smoke. There we go. So, center of the stone. Second one over here. Very, very easy to learn. I didn't realize how easy it was. Could have saved me a lot of overtimes and headaches. Yeah, just really nice. Like, just so simple. Pretty, really, important to the T-side rounds if you're going A. Very necessary. So it's pretty hard for me to come up with tips on, well, one, like, there's some old information in these videos, full disclosure, but it's like stuff that like I forgot about or I don't use anymore. But I try to find new things, right? And it's kind of hard for me to find new things because I don't really like go out of my way to find new things. I kind of just try to find them naturally. And if I only play a couple days a week, I'm usually playing more than I am like learning. And it's hard to learn from other players because, well, they are usually bad and don't know like cool tricks, right? So, this is a new one for me. This is a new one. I had this thrown against me, and I was very confused. So, which is surprising because it's Dust 2, right? So they did a B execute where they smoked window. Sorry, they smoked door and maybe they smoked window, but they threw a third smoke. Now, usually the third smoke's here, right, to block off back sight, or it's over here for the lurk, or it's over here for the lurk. And, it's usually one of those 5 smokes. The guy, and I happened to have I had an M4, I had full utility. I happened to be playing this angle right here. I didn't play up top. I didn't peek in. I didn't play on the barrel. I happen to be playing this exact angle here, and I just do a little strafe, like a little in and out, in and out, in and out, and I'm playing for this, right? And I've dodged like some of the flashes. Maybe I should have played here. I don't know what I should have done. I could have played here. I guess like they threw like the one smoke that like actually hard counters this angle. So I saw the smokes coming, and I threw a deep nade and I hit them for 30, and then I spammed this and I hit them some more, and my teammate came in and he got 1 kill and then he died, and I threw a molly off this doorway which missed because it landed here basically, and it didn't, and it's a CT molly, so it just doesn't spread. I think I'll show you the smoke in a second, but let's try to fix the molly. So they're coming out here. How should I just do it off this right side pillar? Yeah, I guess that's not bad. It's not terrible. I mean, they just walk around it. Maybe I honestly didn't know how to respond to this in the moment. And I'll show you why. So the guy who threw the smoke, he came up here. He aimed at the top of this black diamond in the seam of this, whatever that is. So it's at the top of the black diamond, then a little bit up in the seam, and he jumped through. And this lands exactly where I was playing. So I saw it coming, and I was like, wow, like they threw a CT-sided smoke at me. Like usually the CT throws this so he can stay alive longer, right? But in my defense, this wasn't really an option. Up here, I think the window smoke was bleeding down. If this was an option, I probably would have fought here. But I was like, oh my god, I'm smoked off. I'm stuck in the smoke. Like, I guess the correct response is just to come into the smoke and fight this way. Which is weird. Like, it's super counterintuitive. Maybe I'll look, if that ever happens to me again, I will look for this window gap. For whatever, I don't think there was a window gap in the game. But what I did is I got smoked off. I threw a smoke like this, right? Maybe that's why there was no window gap. Maybe I just didn't think the window gap existed. So I threw another smoke, which was kind of stupid. I was just trying to stay alive longer. Because I feel like normally, as a CT, you're smoking here. You know what I mean? And you're using the smoke to put out the molly that is thrown on you. Maybe you get on this thing and you fight around the smoke. Maybe you come this way. I don't know. But the smoke that landed was so deep here that this was smoked off. So I was like, oh man, I don't really want to jump through the smoke. And I guess this is an angle. Like maybe, I don't know. It really threw me off, to be honest, in the moment. And then I missed my molly, like I said. So like, that molly's kind of buns. Maybe I just come into the corner and then I wouldn't be able to see anything. I don't know. Maybe off the close wall is better. So it stops the big box, walk up. No. Literally misses. I don't even know what to do. I still don't know what to do. I still don't know what to do against this smoke. Because like I'm on this box, you know what I mean? So I'm so limited in space to what I can do. If I was over here, I could just throw the flash and then run through. Or there's even a jump flash somewhere. That's like that. You just run through, I think. I thought there was one that landed up here, but I don't know. But yeah, man, the smoke came in. I just didn't know what to do. Like, it landed, like, right here. And I was like, that looks terrible to go this way, but I guess I should have just done it. I guess I should have just fought here. I think we lost the round pretty much instantly. My teammate only got one. They were going through my spam, and they ate my nade. And they were smoked off, and my teammate only killed one on the smoke, and he got traded. And there was really nothing I could do. There's nothing on my screen. I guess my smoke was pretty trash. I was like, they threw the CT smoke that keeps me alive, so I'll throw another smoke and I'll stay alive longer. But then they just killed my teammate and wrapped backside, and I died. I don't know. I mean, if you're throwing a B smoke, like if someone says, "Oh guys, let's throw 5 B smokes anywhere," you know, or you're doing the window door smoke from here, which is here and here, and you get an extra smoke. Maybe you can just throw this one. Right? And then, you know, you got to worry about backside, I guess, and then over here, and then car. You don't have to worry about, like, that angle or someone on the back wall. It's not, like, that crazy. I think, honestly, something like this is much better. Oh, shit. The first one is just the normal lurk smoke. And then I missed the second one, and well, you know what I mean. I guess if you stand still, it's here, and if you step forward, it's over there. And then just like a flashbang, and then you just come out, kill car, wrap around the smoke. Yeah, game's hard, man. Game's so hard.
No more talking. Now we fight.
So the last thing is, you know, normally against nuke, you're playing against shotguns and SMGs, so I usually just come up, throw a molly to stop the push, and then you can sit right here It's a pretty good angle. Same thing. You can sit here. It's a pretty good angle. Just for stopping like that first guy that runs out. But I think the more useful one is this one right here. This angle right here is so nasty because people coming up are going, like, you're going to see them first, I think. There might be a shadow advantage, possibly. My graphics are low, so I'm not really using advantage that way. But, like, this guy's clearing here, and then normally they're taking a step out to look towards the box, and then they'll do this. But honestly, most people aren't even going on that wall because you have to come on this wall to slowly clear heaven, right? To get the heaven angle, the way you want it, to creep up on it, you have to go like this. So then the guy's just dead. So the guy, like, I had a round, right, where the bomb was down, like, over here. I had a teammate in mini, like, right here. There was a guy outside who was either red crate or he was coming from secret. And obviously, I honestly don't, I mean, how big is this? Yeah, so I don't think he can see me. The reason I played it was because I don't think he can see me from here. I could be wrong. But basically, the callouts that were happening were like, this guy's close mini, right? And I had a mini teammate. So I was like, oh, it's not a big deal, right? So if he swings like this on my teammate, if he goes wide, which is like how you should do it, he could go close and kill my teammate and whatever. But if he kills wide and kills my teammate, like maybe my teammate was over there with an op. I don't really remember the round. He could have been over there. So if he's over there, the guy has to swing like this and kill him. If he kills him, I go from holding this to trade kill, right? And the other team had a ramp lurk, and we knew they had a lurk because he either made noise or he was down secret earlier in the round, and we heard him break control, or maybe he killed my ramp player. I don't know. For whatever reason, I knew that there was a guy ramp, and I decided to play this really weird angle to get a free kill, and we won the round, right? My teammate killed the other guy, but if my teammate didn't kill the other guy, I would have killed him. Same thing. If the enemy team's coming up secret, if they're like on an A retake or something, and they're coming up secret, and you manage to get outside, playing an angle like this is so strange, just crouching on this wall. Like, they never clear it. It's just unclearable, bro. Because they're going to be shifting. They might look heaven, they might look locker, and then they peek this way, and they're clearing mini, and they're just dead to you, man. Like, no one is clearing this. It's so strange. I don't know where exactly. Like, I think anything past this point is fine. But honestly, right under this railing is so good. And you just get a free kill pretty much every time.